ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we are competing here at the Cottage Grove Speedway in Cottage Grove, Oregon. And this is the Saturday portion of our Western Sprint Tour weekend here at this racetrack. And tonight is actually the finale for the points season for Western Sprint Tour, which means there's gonna be a championship handed out. And I haven't really talked about the points on the vlog, but we happen to be leading the points by 51. So we're looking really good. If we can just have a solid and consistent night, we should be crowned the champion for this series in 2022, which means a lot, and just something that we weren't planning on doing at the beginning of the year, but with how our schedule changed around, we happened to hit all the races and win a couple of them and be sitting, you know, at the top. And some other exciting news, we are also in the track points here at Cottage Grove, and this is the final night of the season, but that one is much closer. We missed 2 races, so I didn't think we would have a shot at all, but we looked at the points before the weekend. We were 16 back, and with last night's win, we are 1 point behind Kinzer Cox, the 1K, and it's down to us for the top 2 to kind of mix it up on the final night and see who comes out as the track champion here at Cottage Grove. That one for me would just be a bonus. Like I said, I didn't even know we were in the running, but it's kind of cool that we have a shot at that. And I don't talk about points ever. We're not really points racers, especially for the sprint car, but we happen to be in contention, so I figured I'd let you guys know here on the YouTube channel. Anyway, here's a little bit of a look at Cottage Grove, and with some of the preparation that they're doing now, it's looking like hopefully we'll see a little bit wider surface, hopefully a little bit slower, it gets slicker, and we can really move around it and do what we got to do to start in the back and go forward in that heat, put us in a redraw, and then go race for 30 laps. Excited about our chances, and hopefully we can continue the speed we had from yesterday's win into tonight. All right, just got done with 360 qualifying. Ended up 7th out of 12 tonight. Not a huge field once again. Went out late, got a little bit of a later draw. Racetrack didn't necessarily fall off, you could say, but it definitely wasn't getting any better. And tonight it's like a complete 180 from what we saw yesterday. Yesterday it was fast and choppy and rough, and tonight it's already pretty bone slick. So it's definitely gonna be slow. It's gonna be exactly what I talked about earlier. But that's gonna put us starting, I think, 2nd row in a heat race. Not in a great position, but all we can do is go forward in that. And now we're gonna go hop in the limited and run that, and then we'll have an update before the 360 heat race on exactly who we're around and who we're gonna be racing against. Well, you can hear them talking about the weather right now. We're rushing through because the rain is on its way. 360 heat race is next. We're gonna be starting 3rd with our 7th place qualifying run. We need to try to run 2nd or win this to probably secure ourselves a spot in the redraw. It's very crucial to go forward. I'm worried that our lane is gonna go, but I think I have enough laps, even if the start doesn't go my way, with how slick and the racetrack is slowing down, and it seems pretty racy. We should be able to pass cars, and if we are fast enough, you know, we can move forward. But gonna go strap in right now. Need to go forward here in this heat race to set us up for a top 6 starting position in the A. So with the weather, they're actually going to be running our A main event first, and that heat race you probably saw was a disaster. The first words was did the car feel as bad as it kind of looked? And I don't think our car was actually completely horrible. It just was more the fact that I got freight trained on the start. I was worried our lane wasn't going to go, so I tried to go up, and then I ended up in 6th at one point, and then got to 5th, and then almost got to 3rd. It just, the heat race was just not ideal how it kind of all played out. So we're going to be kind of throwing something here at the race car. I believe we just have to run in the top 10 to win the championship, just to bring up that information. I'm not really worried about that. I more want to go win this race. So we're going to be starting, I think, 9th in the A. Just like I said, just frustrating how that heat race played out. I didn't do my job. I panicked a little bit and put myself in a tough position. But anyway, that's behind us now. So we start 9th. We're putting something in that could be really good if it works. I'm just not really sure. But the racetrack is super, super slick, and I don't know how it's going to hold up. It might take rubber. It might just completely go away altogether. But we got to hop back in because they're trying to get the Western Sprint Tour feature done to finalize the points and whatnot. And like I said, we're going to throw a little bit of the kitchen sink at it, but something that has been successful in the past at other racetracks, and try to just get some drive into this race car, because I felt like if I was over 30% throttle, I was just not in the track at all. So like I said, putting that heat race behind us, we're quickly heading out for the main. They cut it to 25 laps to try to make sure we get this thing in. Ready to see how this thing handles. I think if this works, we're going to be extremely quick. I know a lot of guys are struggling to find drive, and they're kind of just all moving around trying to build momentum. So we're all in the same boat. I feel like if you look, like the fastest cars here, here's kind of the middle. We're just on the back side of the middle. So if this puts us on that other side, we should be able to drive by the field, rolling off from the 5th row inside starting position. But final WST race of the year. Let's make it a good one. Go out with the bang, consistent. And I mean, I just, even though we've struggled a little bit, I still want to win this race and end on the highest note possible.
Plenty of time. How much time do we have? 2 minutes. We're good. Hold up. Okay. Put it on. Just him all good? Yeah. Go ahead.
Where do we put that?
Hey, come back on. Take it right, go down. Hang on. Hang on, Carly. Get tight.
Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. You're good, buddy. Okay.
Okay, good.
Clear out of the way.
Okay. Coming to you.
Coming through.
we did what we came here to do, ladies and gentlemen. 2022 Western Sprint Tour champion, 2,500 bucks. That feels really good. My second ever championship in a sprint car. My first in a 360. My other one was in a limited with ISCS. Tonight was a struggle, but I always go back to the saying, if you are points racing, a champion's key to success is minimizing the damage on the tough nights. And really, out of this 10 race series, this was our toughest night, where we didn't qualify great for the amount of cars here, was not good in the heat race, missed the redraw, started in the back, racetrack took rubber, and we were kind of just out there just trying to ride around. We didn't completely have the championship clinched, so if I go out there and do something stupid and wreck out, Logan Foiler, who's second in points, actually ended up winning, so I would have lost. So it was very key, just go out there, baby my tire, make sure my right rear made it all the way, and run inside the top 10, which we came home 7th. Disappointed about that result, but at the end of the day, we were looking at the bigger picture. And this is pretty sweet, and they made the check a little bit bigger. I'm an absolute sucker for checks, putting them on the wall, so this is really, really neat. You know, it's tough to win races, but it's even tougher to win championships because you got to be consistent, you got to put together good nights, and sometimes you can't push it as hard. Sometimes you have to know when to back off, and then you also have to be aggressive at others to take advantage of opportunities to put yourself, you know, even farther up in the standings. We did also get some damage during the A. We got a flat tire. Luckily, Carly and the rest of my crew got it changed. Want to give a big shout out to Next Gen Def, Earth Environmental, Pit Stop USA, On-Site Screeners, Fast 4 Media, ABC Powder Coating, Carson, Lafarge. We got Pit Stop again. And then, of course, Brian Crockett, my crew chief, my family, and the rest of my crew. This is pretty sweet. I'm stoked, and I'm glad we were able to seal the deal and not let maybe a little bit of the pressure on this last night get to us. Unfortunately, we didn't win the Cottage Grove Track Championship, but as I said earlier, that was just a bonus. But 2022 Western Sprint Tour champions ended our Pacific Northwest season on the highest note possible, and we will see you guys all in the next one. Appreciate you following along with me for this incredible journey. Deuces.